What is a communication diagram? A UML 2.0 communication diagram models the objects or parts of a system, the interactions, or messages, between them, and the sequence in which these interactions occur. There are a lot of similarities between communication diagrams and sequence diagrams in terms of the information they show, but because of how each diagram presents the information, one diagram may be no better at conveying or emphasizing specific information over the other. What is a sequence diagram? Sequence diagrams are part of UML, Unified Modeling Language, diagrams and come under the interaction view as they depict the interactions between the entities and the transactions that are taking place with the trigger point and the end point clearly distinguished. The diagram shows the different processes as vertical columns or lines, and the messages or interactions between them is represented by arrows with the arrowhead pointing towards the receiver away from the sender. What is class diagram? Class diagram is an important one to know if you are a business analyst. Like use case diagrams, these class diagrams also explain the application in a pictorial representation, but in more technical way where a common user cannot understand by looking at these. A class diagram represents the relation between each class of the entire application. In one way it is a static representation of a structure of an application. It clearly tells the different classes and its attributes and relation between each class. Normally for each member there will be few notations to tell more about the class member. These notations are placed before class. They are public, protected, private and package. In a nutshell, class diagrams can be defined as object-oriented analysis and design documents. These class diagrams explain the relation between each class in a system and their properties, attributes, etc. What is Scrum method? Scrum is one of several lightweight agile methods that use an iterative and incremental approach for the development of information systems. The Scrum method brings a small team together to work on a specified set of features over a period of 30 days, called a sprint. Both the term Scrum and sprint are borrowed from the sport rugby. A scrum is where the two teams are engaged in a huddle to begin play following a period where play has been stopped. The fast-moving period of play from the point of the scrum until play ends again is called a sprint. What is meant by Agile? Agile is a general term and conceptual framework used to describe a number of lightweight methodologies, such as extreme programming, XP, Scrum, and rapid application development, RAD, which exhibit a series of common characteristics. Some of these characteristics include iterative analysis and development, time-boxed iterations of a predefined length, delivery of the most critical features and functions first, delivery of a complete build with an initial set of limited features within a few months, often 1-2 months. Small cross-functional teams usually of 6-9 team members. Daily team communication meetings. Reduced levels of documentation. Rational Unified Process, RUP. What is RUP? Rational Unified Process, RUP, is an object-oriented and web-enabled program development methodology. According to Rational, developers of Rational rose and the Unified Modeling Language, RUP is like an online mentor that provides guidelines, templates, and examples for all aspects and stages of program development. RUP and similar products, such as Object-Oriented Software Process, OOSP, and the Open Process are comprehensive software engineering tools that combine the procedural aspects of development, such as defined stages, techniques, and practices, with other components of development, such as documents, models, manuals, code, and so on, within a unifying framework. Is RUP and Agile process? Scrum and RUP are specific software development methods that can enable Agile software development. These methods, and others, such as XP, are not mutually exclusive, and can be combined in many ways to tailor an Agile process suitable for a particular project. What is ETL? Extraction, transformation and loading. Used mainly in data warehousing. ETL. ETL is an important part of today's business intelligence, BI. It is the IT process from which data from disparate sources can be put in one place to programmatically analyze and discover business insights. What are different software methodologies? SDLC, RAP, CMM, Six Sigma, SWOT, cost-benefit analysis, risk analysis. What are different types of testing? Unit testing, by developer. Black box testing, functional and module level. Ad hoc testing, random testing. No particular process. White box testing, very detailed. Into the code. Exploratory, ad hoc testing with some purpose/goal. Front end, for web-based applications. Back end, database level. Regression, testing again and again the same application. UAT, user acceptance testing. Integration, testing the interaction of two or more than two modules at a time. System testing, testing all the modules together. What do you know about SDD? It is also called System Design Document. My role as a BA is just a mediator or a middle layer between business users and developers, and we make developers to understand the business requirements. Describe the meaning of the term data mapping. Data mapping is the process by which a system developer creates data element mappings that relates two models of data, databases, in order to assist in data integration. This usually assists in the following manner. Data mediation or transformation between the source and the destination of data. Assisting in data lineage analysis by identifying the data relationships. Assists in data masking by discovering sensitive data. Assists in data de-identification process. Assists in consolidating multiple databases into one, thus identification of redundant columns and advising the developers for consideration or even elimination. How is business plan evaluated? A business plan is evaluated by checking the contents of the plan, such as if the plan have based on the resource planning and envisioning phase of the project. How is requirement analysis done by business analyst? Requirement session is usually done through JAD session. Business folks and major sponsors are always there along with some technical folks. Business analyst then goes through each requirement and asks for the feedback. If business sponsors and technical folks think that all the requirements are according to the business and won't be a barrier to existing system, they get the official sign-off on business requirement document. IT manager and business manager both do the sign-off on that business requirement document. What are the industry and professional standards followed by business analyst? Industry standards that have been set for the BAs to follow are OAD principles and Unified Modeling Language, UML. This is a common language used by business analysts all around the world to draft the functional requirements. What is SDLC? The SDLC is Software Development Life Cycle, meaning the total development life cycle of a system. It describes the step-by-step processes that take places in the development of system. A business analyst is closely involved with the software development life cycle, SDLC. The SDLC involves in the following steps. Feasibility study. A feasibility study is done prior starting of the project to ensure that the system is feasible. Project planning. The project is planned with timelines, resources and expected output of the process. Requirement analysis. The system requirement is analyzed and documented on this stage. User interface design. The graphic designing of the system is built as per the requirements. Project development. The project coding is done by the software programmers who are working on the project. Integration and testing. The developed software is integrated and tested by the quality analysts. Acceptance and installation. Here, the developed software is checked if it will be work in live conditions. System maintenance. The software developed is maintained after installing to the live. What is project management? Can you explain? Project management is the process of planning, organizing, motivating and controlling resources, procedures and protocols to achieve a specific goal. It is used to organize scientific and daily problems. The main challenge to project management is achieve all the project goals. These are time, quality, scope, budget, etc. What is BPMN stands for? It is Business Process Model and Notation. It is a graphical representation of business processes. Define BPMN Gateway. BPMN Gateway is a processing modeling component that is used to control flow of interaction, sequence of processes. What INVEST stands for? INVEST means independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, sized appropriately, testable. It can assist project managers and technical team to deliver quality products, services. What is the difference between business analyst and business analysis? Business analysis is the process performed by the business analyst. Define Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is a proper technique used in decision-making for quality control activities and also used in tracing out the resolutions for defects. Basically, it is categorized as a decision-making technique based on its statistics that, with a limited number of selected inputs, we can have a great impact on the outcome. It is also termed as 80-20 rule because as per this analysis 80% of the benefits of a project are achieved from 20% of the work. How can you handle and manage the difficult stakeholders? Dealing with difficult stakeholders is a major task for a BA. There are many ways to handle such situations. Few important points to be noted among them are listed below. Identify the difficult stakeholder among the group of stakeholders. Listen and concentrate on their point of view with patience. Be polite to them and do not close off the conversation immediately with such people. Generally, a stakeholder will be difficult because they are not comfortable with few things in the project. So listen to them and answer such difficult stakeholders in a diplomatic way. Find out a way to meet them personally and have a one-on-one discussion. By this, you can show your commitment towards them. What is PEST analysis and what is its importance? PEST basically stands for political, economic, social, and technological. PEST analysis is used to assess the above four external factors in relation to your business situation. It is beneficial for your business as them help in understanding how these four factors will affect your business in the long term. How do you follow business rules in a project while working on a project? Business rules are the key in defining any business process. Example: credit card company wants to prepare the process and the key business rule is, check applicant's credit score and income. The process will need to include these two sub-process to complete the main process and without with it will throw an exception. You can use the use case diagram or process diagram to include this information in your use case document or functional requirement document. What is gap analysis? The process of determining, documenting, and approving the variance between business requirements and system capabilities. The process of determining and evaluating the variance or distance between two items' properties being compared. The study of the differences between two different systems or applications, often for the purpose of determining how to get from one state to a new state. A gap is sometimes spoken of as the space between where we are and where we want to be. Gap analysis is undertaken as a means of bridging that space.
Subscribe to our channel, Interview Gig. Visit our website for more articles and interview questions and answers. www.interviewgig.com. Like, share and comment. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Click the bell button for latest updates.